Good evening. Tonight I will be talking about my personal life. I want to begin like this. I had a dream. I will talk about my dream. And at the same time, I know God has a dream for all of you. And God has a dream for our state of Manipur. God has a dream for the people of Manipur. So, I have been in the ministry in different places in India, like Mumbai, like Goa, and Tripura, Lonavala. Those are the places that I had been in the past, not less than 3 years in its place. Mumbai was one of the longest. I served for more than 10 years. And then Lonavala was 3 years, and Goa was 3 years. And then Tripura was another 4 or 5 years. So in all these years, I had been longing to come back, to go back to my native place, to go back to Manipur, and I wanted to do something. My wife, though she loved me, though she is willing to live with me, but for her to come to Manipur was not easy, because she comes from UP, and being in a small village, small town was not easy, because she lived mostly in the city. But then when I explained my visions and dreams, my vision and dreams was to come to the Northeast and to do something. That was my dream. And I also had a crazy dream to be a blessing even for Myanmar. So to combine all those dreams, we decided to go to More. More is the last town. And for people who are outside of Manipur, More is the last town, and it's a border town. The next, if you go another few more meters, then it's a Myanmar. So we went to More, and the sad part was, as soon as we landed More, then there was a COVID wave. COVID-19 second wave was hitting very hard, and we were not able to do what we were planning to do. At the same time, there was a military coup in Myanmar side, and a lot of people were suffering on the other side. So we prayed. We were confined at home. We were not able to go out, but we prayed and we decided to do something. So as we began to do some of the relief work, the Lord started to open the door, and we were able to be a blessing for people. And besides that, what I had been dreaming for many years was to open a school. So somehow the Lord opened the door, and in 2022, we started building the school construction. We began in the very first month, January, first month of 2022, and we began the school project. And we built school, we built classrooms, and we built rooms for residential students, and also we bulldozed the ground, and then we leveled the ground for football. And I had this crazy dream that, students should have good facilities like swimming pool, football ground, and a badminton ground, and different other sports activities. So we were able to do all those things. And we begin to see buildings coming up, and the ground was level. And then we also conducted football coaching for younger children, to like 11, 12, 13, 14. And then we also started a martial art class, taekwondo class, and we were so happy. We were extremely happy. Especially I was so happy. I was so much rejoicing. And because that was my passion, that was my dream. I was so happy to see all those things coming up one by one, and my life was filled with joy. But then, unexpectedly, on May 3rd, the violence broke out. May 3rd, May 3, 3rd of May brought a mayhem, violence, extreme disorder, chaos. That become like, for me, life was like a bomb dropping on me. In an overnight, my dream became shattered. I was crushed because all the projects and all the activities that I started was now completely stopped. And we could not see anything like hope because the situation became worse and worse and worse. My family and I, we were praying and waiting for the situation to get better. But rather than getting better and better, the situation became worse and worse. We inform our friends and families, and we've informed our co-workers, and we informed that our situation is getting worse and worse. At the end, we didn't even have enough supplies. So finally, we were evacuated by our friends, and then somehow we came out of Manipur, and right now, we are in Guwahati. But then, what I want to say is this. I was completely shocked, shattered. I was completely disappointed, very discouraged. Because I was just seeing my vision, my dreams coming to pass. But then, all of a sudden, things were completely different. In that situation, when I was going through such a difficult time, discouragement, disheartening, and disappointment, all this, chaos and disorder in my life. I didn't know what to do. But one thing that was very clear is there was some small voice that says that one day you will go back again. And I have a couple of friends asking me if I can stay back in places like Mumbai and Pune and some other places that we were invited. But we were not willing. So we said, no, we will go back again to the Northeast, and we would stay in the closest location where we can. So we first planned to stay in Aizawl, but then my wife, since she will be struggling too much of the language, learning Mizo again, so we decided to stay in Guwahati. So we now we put up in Guwahati for a time being. Our kids are going to the school, and what I want to say is this: the reason we came back to the Northeast and stay in Guwahati is that we are still hoping to go back, because the reason is that I know God has a good plan. His plans, even though our situation is not good, His plan is always a good plan. Based on from the Bible, from Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, this is what it says. It's very common. Everyone knows. And for I know, God Himself knows the plan that He has. It says like this, for I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and future. He Himself knows what He is planning for us, for me. And the promise, this word, is not a promise of immediate rescue, immediate result, but I believe this is a promise, this is a plan, God's plan to prosper us and to give us hope in the future, regardless of this crisis, problems, violence, bloodshed. He is a good God, and still He has a good plan for all of us. His plans are all good. And you know the situation. When Jeremiah wrote this, the Israelites were in captive. They were slaves. They were not in the land. They were in Babylon. Probably they might not even able to see hope. And if you look at the word, there were some false prophets who were teaching wrong teaching. But Jeremiah, he spoke. He wrote from the word of the Lord that God is allowing them to go through such painful, to be, slave in others' land, in a foreign land, not in their country, not in the land. He allowed them, God allowed them. That's why God said to the captives, seek the welfare of the people. If they prosper, you to prosper. Be there, build a house, have wife, have children. He encouraged them to live peacefully. Not only living peacefully, but then even He was asking for the people, the Israelites, to be a blessing for the people that they live with, for the Babylonians. And He says that God has a plan. And the plan is that one day He will bring them back. One day, they will have a good future again. He was allowing them. What I want to say is this: Manipur, the situation is not good. But still God is in control. He is in control. He is allowing us to go through this. And for us also to be, we have to realize the things that we have done, the corruption that we practice. As a Christian also, we make so many times, we make mistakes. We don't live up to the standard where God is calling us to be the light and the salt. We believe we become like one of them. We are corrupted. We don't live up what God is calling us to be, the light and the salt. And God is allowing us. I believe this is time for us to, examine ourselves and say, God, forgive us. And we'll not live the same life. So now, my conviction is that God has a dream for you, and God has a dream for our state. God has a dream for me. The same way I had a dream for More. Even though situation is not good, I am not giving up. The dreams, the vision that I have for More is not that, because I'm still alive. I still carry the same vision and dreams. I'm still hoping to go back one day and do something. And the same way, God who is alive, He has dreams, He has desires, He has vision and dreams for the people of More. the people of Manipur, people of Imphal, the people of Chutampur, people of Ukhrul, everywhere in Manipur. God has a dream for us. So tonight, don't give up. Don't give up, because God is alive. He is in control. He dreamed dreams for you and for me. And His desire is to champion you, to give you hope and future. The situation may not be very pleasing. You might see your future ahead and see no hope. But then God says, I have a hope. I have a future for you, a hope and a future for you. So let's believe that God is there. He is alive. He still dreams for us. And then He wants to see us with a good life and a good future. So God bless you all. And I will close my message here. Thank you. God bless you.